Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your spring equinox reading on the 19th of March. The sun will move into Aries, which officially marks the beginning of a new astrological year. And this is fitting in the northern hemisphere as we are welcoming spring and looking towards the ongoing movement of the waxing of the light, the gaining of light as we move into summertime. This is about finding our place in the world. So this is a beautiful time of new beginnings, fresh starts. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. I do give a free reading on or about the first of each month, and I find the winners of that among the comments and the donations that I've received previously. So thank you all for participating in that and supporting me. Moreover, I appreciate your presence here now in whatever way that you do send me your love and support. So thank you for that in advance, Libra. Let's get started with your overall energy, the Eight of Jades. You're working pretty hard at developing your gifts, your talents, putting some conscious and deliberate actions towards self-improvement. This can include improving or perfecting even a craft or a particular skill that requires a sort of hands-on quality to it. It can be about actually sorting and managing a budget or your money as a way of backing into a comprehensive look of the way that you expend time and energy. And this is also a valid activity right now as you're attempting to prepare yourself in the best way possible for any opportunities that may be coming that you are in fact manifesting. So this is a card of devotion, dedication, loyalty to yourself, honoring and respecting your time and the value that you know that you demand, that you deserve. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, where the way others see you, you are indeed a part of a team as you look towards involving yourself in a community or with a group of people in order to solve a problem. This is an area of your life that you have been working at changing, growing, expanding in some constructive ways. And this can also indicate your efforts on such a team with regards to the way that you work, the organization you work for, innovating some new ideas about the organization of your work or efforts, and the collaborators that you're working with. You are part of creating an environment where all are welcome. There are no leaders, but rather this collaboration dignifies the best qualities of each individual member and gives them a stake of value based on that, an equal value among members of the team. So this is really about everybody learning new ways to work productively together. In the first house, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment indicates a real elevation in your sense of awareness. This elevation has not come overnight. This has come through a series of experiences where you have been engaging your purpose, your mission, a sense of service that you feel you have been created to deliver, that you believe the world, your world, is waiting for. There's a sense that efforts in the past have been frustrated or not successful in some way, or perhaps never got off the ground. And in some ways, in many ways, you're preparing yourself personally as you adjust your impact on your environment as part of an ongoing and collaborative communal growth that is allowing you to see the positive impact that you have towards your mission. So this really is about understanding that you now have the tools and the understanding to make your mission, your service, your greatest contribution to your community at this time, that you have the skills to do that, that you're aware of a larger plan in which everyone has a role to play. In the fourth house, the Empress, this is your history, your sense of your roots, your foundation. And this is a beautiful augur of your ruling planet, Venus, being in balance. And by balance, there is this interesting way in which you are understanding the power that you have in mimicking natural cycles, in being in some kind of natural flow, in recognizing the tides of energy so that you're able to generate ideas and thus abundance when the time is right, when the elements are right, when collaborators, when the cosmic weather is appropriate. And in doing that, in being this generator of wealth, of abundance, of prosperity, you're also allowing yourself to receive the rewards of that, not just through the things that you're creating, the things that you're empowering, the ideas that you're offering, but through the satisfaction in the process, in being powerful, in being in flow with the elements around you, in not resisting the growth and the abundance that you are empowering in your world. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, the Nine of Swords really is about you releasing a sense of suffering. This is really shining a light on a way in which perhaps you once felt victimized by your circumstances. And this suffering, this releasing a pattern of seeing yourself as one that is oppressed, one that is without power to change the negative, domineering, or violent circumstances that are impacting you, that have impacted you. You're now recognizing that that is part of a story that you no longer need to tell yourself. That this is actually shifting your worldview and moving your circle of connections away from those that you deem need to be rescued. There may be a way that you have chosen those who need you, that need your service, that need your help as your most connected relationships or partners. And that can be groups of people. That's not necessarily an individual, but that can be a sense of rescuing people that don't have, that are deprived. And this feels to me as though you're releasing that kind of exclusive connection, perhaps through your work, perhaps through your personal relationships, but that you are seeing others increasingly the way that you now know yourself to be. And that is powerful, enlightened, resourceful, having resources and tools, having opportunities to create abundance around you. So this represents some kind of a loss, some kind of significant change you're experiencing in your relationships, perhaps where you've experienced power in your world, but you have not reflected that experience in your personal relationships, perhaps placing yourself in the role of a victim, in a place of receiving something that is not fair, safe, or equal to your gifts and talents. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey, Libra, and if this reading is resonating for you, please like this video, share it with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. Comment below and subscribe to my video. Subscribe to my channel, rather, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the Imagination card. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And this is a real confirmation of the sense of power that you are experiencing, not only within yourself, but as a result of your experiences in life, being practiced at how you prepare yourself for opportunities to come in. I'm also going to pull Flora and Fauna of Africa, and this is by way of honoring the motherland. And I pulled the Emperor Scorpion, and the plant that's associated with that is the banana flower. And the key words are expansive thought, protect your peace, trust your intuition, and remove negative energies from your life. There are new things and experiences to make space for. I'm going to clarify the Judgment card in the first house with the Death card in the second house and the Three of Cups in the third house. There's definitely something going on in the way that you are releasing a set of old values. And this could be pictured through a relationship that you're in. Perhaps this can be a friendship or a partnership that has been with you throughout a large part of your life, or from your earliest experiences, from your youthful experiences coming of age, and perhaps something that you saw as valuable in the relationship is changing. This can also be your relationship with a body or a group that you work with or for, where your purpose in supporting, aiding, assisting, or ministering to them feels futile, feels as though it isn't producing the changes that you would like to see for them or for yourself. This is about as much releasing a set of values or beliefs that have created or empowered a situation that is imbalanced, that gives credence to an idea of you that has never been valid, actually, but is really clearly a part of your subconscious or unconscious past. Maybe clinging to or supporting a relative or friend who does not experience the kind of empowerment that you are. However, you are experiencing a lot of support. You are understanding that to the degree that you support others, then they are capable of supporting you as well. And this support is intimate. This impacts the way you think about yourself, the way you think about your situation, and the way that you're allow yourself to be influenced by the stories of triumph or the narrative, the emotional intimate narrative of others who have persevered or survived some kind of pain, suffering, or abuse. The Empress in the 4th house is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in the 5th house and the Knight of Pentacles in the 6th house. So yeah, it's interesting. This is not what is often called a divine couple, but you are really taking steps to let go of an old pattern in relationships. This may be a change in the kind of work that you're doing, moving from a place of supplying the resources that others need to a place of designing systems or building tools or resources that others can employ on their own behalf. It's a subtle shift here that I feel is reflected perhaps in your work, certainly in those that you're working with and for, with intimates and family members, that you are encouraging those you're connecting with to mirror the steps that you're modeling, to view the world as from a place of empowerment and ability and capacity and vision, so that the steps that you're taking to improve and refine and define your skills, to elevate them, to make them more productive, are the steps that you're sharing, the programs that you're planning, the assistance you're giving to others, so that they too can shift their perspective from that of feeling powerless to feeling empowered. The 9 of Swords in the 7th house is clarified by the Tower in the 8th house and the Hierophant in the 9th house. Very powerful cards here. And these are, again, echoing the idea that whatever social instability you're experiencing or is reflected in your work and your efforts is something that you are seizing as a learning opportunity that can be shared, that can guide others. And I do see you as a teacher, a trainer, or a gatekeeper, someone who helps to certify others, to graduate others through a program or training in which they too can elevate themselves in an organization. You may be a spokesperson for a conventional organization, a social service. But the challenges that you have experienced through the instability of social institutions, or the catastrophes, the changes, the destruction of systems that we have socially relied on for support, is actually part of what it is you're sharing with others. You're giving to others as an example of ways in which they can prepare themselves to have a positive impact, to respond to a disaster or a change. For each of you, this will be different. And of course, this can relate to any number of scenarios. I'm trying to come up with examples, but this feels very big. It almost makes me feel as though many of you are working in some kind of emergency or rescue situation where you're responding to a catastrophe, an environmental catastrophe, or working on some kind of environmental protection or intervention to that end. The 5 of Staffs in the 10th house is clarified by the 2 of Swords in the 11th house and the Page of Wands in the 12th house. And I want to keep this beautiful judgment card, clear, because the power of your awareness is what's moving you through this growth cycle, this great work that you're doing. This is not just about your awareness or consciousness. This is about the steps you're taking and the resources you recognize that are available to you. So you're being honest with yourself is something that you are actually able to narrativize for the benefit of others. Perhaps you've been in a situation of abuse or in danger, and how you have transformed that experience, how you have overcome that challenge, is part of what you are sharing with others, using as a model or an example for others to understand, as well as a way that you're freeing yourself through this awareness to recognize that you can learn whatever it is you need to learn that's going to help you improve, that's going to improve your conditions, that's going to, sorry for that intrusive doorbell, that is going to allow you to focus on your interests, your authentic desires, the things that you now can see and are prepared to build, that are going to improve the situation, allow you to be creative, and empower others to follow your model of self-awareness, growth and self-awareness. I'm going to consider that loud doorbell as a confirmation as I pull a crystal oracle, and I pulled the rhodochrosite, and this keywords are self-acceptance. I fully accept myself and know that I am worthy of great things in life. Thank you so much, Libra, for this incredible reading. Until next time, Namaste.